Now I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean. They gon' hate on me, yeah. Gon' hate on me. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean. They gon' hate on me, yeah. Gon' hate on me, yeah. Pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean. They gon' hate on me, yeah. Gon' hate on me.
Yes. We glad to have you back around. It's a full house today on the Biscayne Breakdown. We got Joel El Capitan in the building. We got Alex, of course, a very familiar face. And these two gentlemen below me, I'm sure you may be familiar with them, just not on the hardwood. They use skates. We got Jeremy and Justin from the Heat versus the World Network Panthers pod. How y'all doing, man?
I'm glad to be here.
Man, I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad we got a big multiverse of the Heat versus the World Network out here tonight. We're here to discuss history, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
History. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, Kate.
It could almost be like 83 old different, situations we could discuss. I mean, it could be 83 people in the pod right now. I mean, like, we could go for 83 minutes. No, we couldn't. We're only going for 20. Nice. But I'm just saying, 83 is a very important number. And I'm sure, unless you live up under a rock, unless you don't have the gift of sight, I'm sorry to the people that don't. I'm not being callous. I'm just saying. Unless you don't have a cellular device, I don't care if it's a phone, a tablet, iPod, I don't care what you got. If you have anything that connects to the internet, then one Idris Femi Adebayo, who we so affectionately call Bam, made history in the Miami Heat's last game on Tuesday night. 83 points, people.
He scored 83?
83.
Oh, snap. I didn't even know that.
83 puntos. Let's go. Come on. He was scoring so bad on the Wizards, he got me bilingual up in this.
Hey, you keep talking. It need to be said in every language that it can be said in. I mean, as he said, it's Wilt, him, then Kobe. Now we're gonna get to that real quick. We're gonna get there. Quickly, man. Quickly. I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna get right into it so we can get right out of it. Hey, yo, that was crazy. Hey, yo. How everybody feeling about the 83? We gentlemen. So Jeremy and Justin, y'all can go first. However y'all flow with it. Let us know how y'all felt seeing, Bam Adebayo go for all 83 of them points. Could have been 90 if he had made his free throws, but why be greedy? Why be greedy?
Right. That's the kind of greed that is talked about in the Bible. But that's for another historic night. But gentlemen, I was actually, for the sake of the podcast that we just finished recording, I was watching the first period of Red Wings and Panthers, and I saw a score, and then I saw Patrick Kane tie the game for the Red Wings. And I said, okay, this is going to be a normal, we blow the lead and then we lose. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I turn to the Heat game, and I see Bam has 31 at the end of the first quarter. I'm like, what the heck is this man on? I don't know who you feeling like, but Bamonte, Captain Bam America, the Automatopoeia was cooking last night, ladies and gentlemen. This man had a new career high at the half, 43 points. This man was unstoppable. And not only was he unstoppable, the Wizards were unbelievably bad on defense. It took them until he got to 74 points to realize, wait a minute, we can double team this man. That didn't work. Wait a minute, we should triple team this man. That still didn't work. This man was getting quadruple teamed, full court press. You know how you have 20 points in a game of 21? That's how they was doing that man, bro. For straight up prison ball. They was implementing the Jordan rules on this man like they was the bad boy Pistons, bro. It was unbelievable, and he still did everything he had to do to get 83 to surpass Kobe Bryant. And it was an absolutely special night, one of the greatest nights in the history of South Florida sports. In my opinion, the greatest single game performance by any South Florida athlete ever, bar none. It means a lot to the city. It means a lot to the fans, especially us, Bam FC. We've been in the trenches for many, many years defending this man from our own fan base at times. They wanted him traded. They wanted him gone. They wanted his minutes restricted. And we fought the good fight in them trenches for years for nights like last night, baby. Come on. This is what we do. And
the biblical reference was appropriate because you're delivering. Keep preaching.
Hey, let the church say amen then. As they said in Heat Chronicles chapter 3, verse 15, shout out Mario Chalmers. As it is in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. And ladies and gentlemen, as Bamonte dropped his first career high at 41 in the beginning, it was in the end last night. I mean, this dude he averaged a little over 20 points per quarter. He's not even averaging 20 points a game. Do we understand how truly insane and random last night was? Because out of all of the Heat legends that have ever stepped foot on that court, Bam Adebayo is the one to get 83 points. It is insane, but at the same time, it makes perfect sense because it couldn't have happened to a better human being. This man came from absolutely nothing with him and his mom living in a trailer park, and he built himself up through his basketball skills and got his mama out of there, got his family out of there. He's dating and about to marry the all-time highest scoring game leader in WNBA history. Shout out my girl Asia. And this man is just living life at the peak of the mountain. Can we get much higher, as I say on Twitter? This man got the girl. His mama saw him drop 83 points. They are selling Bam jerseys on MiamiHeatShop.com for $83. There are tickets to the game against the Bucks for $13. He is the talk of the town, and yet the entire NBA world wants to downplay and criticize it simply because the Heat were intentionally fouling to, get.
All right. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. We're gonna get there. Jeremy, I know your podcasts are very exciting. Anyway, tell us how you feel about it, Jeremy. What did you got on Bam and his 83?
Listen, man, when you have me going ahead and leaving what I'm used to watching, I'm excited right now because it's March. You got really good hockey going on, you got really good baseball going on, you got spring training, you got World Baseball Classic going on right now. And the only thing that I knew that I was really paying attention to right now was like Bam is doing really good and he has a chance at Kobe. And so you have me turning on like streamings to go ahead and make sure I could watch this because I can't get to Miami Heat games right now. So I gotta do what I gotta do to watch this. And you got me. And all I'm gonna go ahead and say is, way back when we had Hack-a-Shaq, and there is a reason why we had Hack-a-Shaq, and it was because a player was so dominant that the opposing defense felt like the only way they could stop him is if they kept on sending him to the line. The only problem is Bam Adebayo can shoot as well. So they were sending him to the line. It didn't matter. He was still going to get hacked, and he was still going to hit those free throws. And I don't care how many free throws he had. He still ended up with 83 at the end. And that's all that matters.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters because every single one of those fouls. Okay, if you want to look at the three that the other team committed or they committed to get the rock back, okay, cool, whatever. Let's take that out of the equation. But all of the fouls that were committed on Bam were absolutely fouls. I think that's important to mention. And it was mentioned several times in different little avenues and outlets that we do. But the free throw total last night was as much or more than the previous 2 months totals. Like he shot the same amount of free throws last night as he had shot in 2 prior months this season. That's wild. Okay. Alex, you didn't know that he scored 83. So after finding out that he scored 83 points.
You didn't know, Alex?
I'm trolling. I watched the whole game.
Okay, I'm about to say.
He knew. How do you feel about it?
Don't hit on 83. I'm like, wait.
Hey, nah, man. I had to troll a little bit, but nah, man. I watched the whole game. I was on the phone with one of my boys who he's a Kobe guy. And so like me and him was talking back and forth about the product of the state of the NBA, honestly. And but hey, like you see my name says, don't hate on that 83. I've heard from and been mentioned by so many people who know I'm a Heat fan, talking about some, come on, man, what? Come on, man, what? I deserve this. We as Heat Nation, we deserved this. I don't want to hear it. Everything we've been through all these years, we ain't won a championship since freaking 2013. Jimmy Butler blew the team up last year. Terry Rozier betting on games and forgetting how to play basketball. We deserve this.
Don't forget Adam Silver screwing us on the back end of the Rozier. I mean,
that's what I was about to mention. We get a second round pick for taking on a player that they knew was under federal investigation. We deserve this. So I don't care what nobody's saying. Oh, it's unethical. Yada, yada. Ain't nobody else do it. I saw somebody say, yo, like if somebody like if Luka or Ant-Man or somebody was gonna do it, they would have done it already.
They all get the whiz at least twice a year.
You could have done it. So don't hate. I deserve this.
I love the conviction in the coach's voice. We damn deserve. Cuss me to me, Joel. We deserve. Anyway, Joel, what you got, man? You know, Joel. No, Joel. Let me tell a story. So, Joel, it's been pretty absent from the airwaves. He'll pop up every now and again. But Joel can easily let this basketball thing from the Miami Heat get him down and out. I mean, I've seen Joel say, I'm depressed. I'm out. I'll be back next season. It's been a good year, y'all, from Heat versus the World. Many times.
I'm gonna be suspended as long as Jimmy Butler's suspended.
Yeah, my suspension and my good brother Jimmy's is the same. So when he comes back from his suspension, y'all let me know, because then we might think about potting again. I was trying to do his cadence. I'm not gonna do his voice because it's going to be real disrespectful in here. But anyway, my good brother Joel, how did you feel watching that 83 points being put up last night by one Bam Adebayo?
So it's good to be back. Before I say anything, I do gotta ask. I don't want to step on any toes because I don't know like the whole layout of the program. So, because if I dive in, I'm gonna just completely dive into it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, do I have the freedom to do it? I don't want to step on any toes. That's why I ask if I go like too deep.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you be the segue since you're the last person to speak. Go ahead. Get your thoughts on.
Thank you. Okay. Thank God. Okay. Man, let me tell you something. I got tested.
He had to thank God. Hold on. He had to thank God, y'all.
Man. I got
man. Go ahead.
Man. I was down in the trenches, man. I was depressed. I was going through all types of stuff, man. I was like, you know what? After we didn't get Giannis, right? Because he out here doing that same fake humble stuff. Luckily, everyone know about his crap by now, so I don't care because I've been hip to that stuff. Now everyone else is. But I was kind of broken, right? I was laying down and like I just didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, and I was going through something rough, man. And I asked God. I said, God, you gotta do something, man. I want to keep being sad like this, bro. I want to like see the light again, bro. I can't go through this no more. So then yesterday on March 10th, man, I'm feeling sad, bro. I don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, I get, it's like God almost answered a prayer, because then I get a text message. I go in the group chats. They saying a man named Bam Adebayo had 31 points in the first quarter. I
can't concur. He said, is this box score real? Or something like that.
Y'all was there. Yup. So I think to myself, I'm like, this ain't real. And even if it is real, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, God, it can't be the way how I think it's gonna be. Because you know what, he probably gonna have like, you know what, maybe 40 points, finish the game with 50. You know how this stuff goes. It's the Wizards. They probably gonna sit him in for all the second half. So I'm like, you know what, it don't mean anything, right? But then all of a sudden, second half comes, he got 45. So I'm like, it ain't gonna be too much. Then I see he end up getting 50. He got 60. You know what? I'm like, I gotta tune into this game, right? And I tune in, bro, and I fell in love with the game again, bro. I felt God deliver me, bro. God delivered me from the depression that I was going through. He know what I've been through, y'all. And
hallelujah.
Amen, amen. Because y'all know what I've been through, bro. Y'all know the pain I done went through with this squad, bro.
God is good, baby.
Forget the trade deadline. Forget all that. Alex, you said it, man. We ain't won a chip since 2013. I don't want to sound too spoiled because I know there are teams out there who be like, we ain't won a chip in God knows how long. And I get that. It's because I don't want to sound spoiled on that. But like the trauma I done been through, whether if it was this Dame nonsense, Jimmy not getting his ring, all this stuff, bro. I was going through it, bro. And then I see I see Bam, bro, go in there and he dropped 83 points on them folks' heads, man. I felt just what's it called? I don't know. I felt like the shackles, bro. The shackles that had tied me so tied up, bro. The demon had
on my feet so I can dance.
the demon of what's it called? Mediocrity just freed me, bro. Because I was no longer under that type of curse no more, bro. And I don't know, maybe if it was because certain players wasn't playing, I don't know. I'm not trying to, drag nobody because today is a special occasion. But man, thank God for Bam Adebayo, all right? And
not today. We don't have the time to get into what you just said, but don't you do that today.
I won't. That's why I moved on. I moved on quickly from that. But I do got to say, man, everybody talking about, oh, well, Bam ain't done this, Bam ain't done that. Man, listen, shut the heck up, all right? I ain't interested in none of that stuff. Because the thing that some of y'all got to understand, y'all saw the game and y'all already mentioned it. They was triple teaming him, quadruple teaming him, quintuple teaming him. Any type of teaming that's out there, they was doing that to the brother, all right? I don't want to hear none of that crap. All right, he had like 70-some points. And then that was when, all the, circus acts started happening. And then, he eventually got to the 83. So I don't care about none of that. And I see folks talking about he should have done this. He should have done that. I don't give a frick what none of y'all think. He got the 83 points, and that's all that matters. Okay, that's why I'm here. That's why I've been delivered by God. Okay, because let me tell y'all something. I've seen all this nonsense on social media. Bam ain't this, Bam ain't that. Well, guess what Bam is? He is has the second best game in NBA history. So what is Bam now? I want to answer that. Oh, y'all been talking about this.
Love so Rari's and bro, but because you sound like the intro to Love So. If I catch another mother, I'm beating his. That's how you sounded. But go off.
Because where y'all at? And now all of a sudden y'all see Bam go off like that. See, y'all been sleeping on my brother for too long now. And he gonna go drop 83. And I know y'all saw, and everyone talking about, oh, he should have done this, he should have done that. And I'm glad he didn't, because y'all don't deserve nothing good. All right, I see the way how y'all be talking about my brother on social media. None of y'all deserve anything good, and I'm glad Bam did this. I'm glad he was the one who did it, because none of y'all deserved anything good. All right, for him to be the one to do it, it could have been anyone else on that team, but it was Bam motherfucking Adebayo, the guy y'all been over here sneak this in time and time again. Oh, he not better than Jaren Jackson Jr. He not better than what's his name, Rudy Gobert. Guess what? Do any of them got 80 plus points? I don't think so. All right, the only guy who got more points than him did it in a time where they wasn't even good enough to even put the game on television. All right, I never really was getting into them debates, but I don't care anymore. The Will Chamberlain game was fake. All right, and I'm not saying that. Maybe I'm biased for saying that. I don't care. It's fake. All right, as long as Bam got that record, that was a fake game, so I don't care. All right, and let me say last thing, because I saw that dumb report. I'm not going to say his name on social on this thing because I'm not, about free publicity or that other stuff. They saying Bam should have tied the score, for Kobe and stuff. R.I.P. Mamba. All right, with all due respect, R.I.P. to him. But y'all got to be so for real right now. All right, I almost got PTSD because if y'all Dolphins fans know what I'm talking about, I was thinking about that Dolphins game where we dropped 70 on the the Denver Broncos, right? And our team was like, oh, well, you know what? We're not going to try to break the record even though we could because we wanted good karma, good juju or whatever. What the frick happened after that game ended? All right, we don't got no Super Bowls to show for it. We don't even got a playoff win to this day. But we was worried about good karma. That's why we didn't want our names in the record books. So when I saw Bam Adebayo, and I was nervous because Eric Reed said, oh, yeah, it looked like Bam going to go to the bench, after tying Kobe. Thank God he did not go to that bench because if he did, that would have been the end of me, bro. Like, we had to pass that right then and right there. Okay.
After Spo challenged the charge call, though, that would have been like, it's just been a bit opposite theories. After he challenged that, you had to let him go for it because you clearly were letting him go for it. And you're about to go here, Joel. So we're gonna go here as a whole collective.
Oh wait,
Just
before
speaking.
before
Go
we
ahead.
continue, because this one thing that I just want to throw in there, because some of these folks they just kind of dumb, and now I'm gonna wrap it up here because I don't want to hog too much of the time. But like the folks talking about Kobe this, Kobe that. I mean, what y'all want Bam to do, right? I saw this clip on TikTok, right? Is this what y'all wanted Bam to do as he was getting ready to make history?
If he makes this free throw, he will break Kobe's 81-point record.
I can't. I have too much respect for Kobe Bryant.
What?
You know, basketball isn't all about scoring. Sometimes it's about legacy. That's why tonight I'm going to care about another man's legacy more than mine.
They fouled you. You have to shoot free throws.
Or do I?
Oh my God.
How about we cancel this game and let's all go watch Kobe's together?
End this hypothetical, son. I can't even believe this is being used for comedic purposes.
Like, let's be serious right now. Y'all wanted Bam to do that? All right. Anyways, I'm wrapping it up there. Shout outs to Edris Femi Adebayo. Y'all better remember that freaking name because that is the #1 most points scored in a televised game. And it's the most points scored because, like I said, Wilt's thing is fake. With all due respect. Shout outs to him, RIP to him. But yeah, it's fake.
I was going right there, but I mean, that's the perks of being a host, a panel member, and a producer. I guess you can cue yourself up. Well played there, Joel. That's kind of where we wanted to close before I ask the hockey guys a couple of pertinent questions. How did you guys feel about all of the hate that he received? I mean, no matter what type of hate it was, whether it was the Kobe hate, whether it was the people questioning the way he got it, whether it's the people just mad that it's him. Like, how did y'all feel about all of the hate? Joel, since you on a heater, go ahead and tell us how you felt about it, but be concise.
I'll say this. I just blocked everyone because you know what? They just mad that wasn't their guy who did it. You know, like if listen, I feel like the NBA just hates the Heat. All right. So when I see folks saying this, and that, it's like, to me, it don't matter much because I feel like if anyone else was in that situation, specifically a star that was for, you know, a certain other team, whether if it's Luka for the Lakers or even one of these guys they're trying to hype up as, you know, the main face of the league now, whether if it's a guy like, I don't know, Anthony Edwards or even a Jason Tatum, they would have hyped that up completely. And you know what? It was Justin who said this before the show. I see the memes on the internet too. You know, if it was Jason Tatum in that situation, Vanessa Bryant would have seen that phone that Kobe left behind vibrate like 15 times. All these messages talking about, I did that for you, Mamba. I did that. So with all due respect, God just works in mysterious ways because I know that woman was not trying to hear that phone again. You know, she tired of that. I know she is. So shout outs to Vanessa Bryant. All right, we got you. But yeah.
What you got, Jeremy? How did you feel about all of the hate that Bam is receiving for breaking the record?
Hey man, I texted one of my close friends immediately. I was like, "Are you seeing what Bam Adebayo is doing right now?" And he goes, "Free throws. He's a free throw merchant." I was like, "I don't care, man. He's got 83 points. You can't tell me that he just lucks into 83. He just lucks into free throws. You're telling me right now that they just so happened to have gotten all. They had to do something to stop him because he was so dominant in that first half. And you know what? That's what happens. And to all the haters and everything, at the end of the day, he's got the record now. You can't go back and change history. He made all of his free throws, or at least most of his free throws. He made enough to go ahead and get to 83. And there was no way to stop him. So they had to go ahead and say, you know what, here's a free shot just to go ahead and, you know, just to get off because I'm just tired of you dunking on us and I'm tired of you putting all of this up on our head in 32 in one quarter. And they were so tired of it, they sent to the line to take shots on his own, and he hit them. And he's got 83 points, and everyone else can shut up about all of it. At the end of the day, Kobe has now been surpassed. Finally, records are meant to be broken.
Exactly,
and he broke it.
And one thing I just want to mention real quick, I'm not gonna mention his name, but a certain rapper's son been talking crazy on social media. Y'all probably seen that. He talking about this, the thing was rigged. Listen, like I said before, nobody likes the Heat. And second of all, you think they're gonna have Bam Adebayo of all people be the one to break the record if this was all rigged? I love Bam, y'all know that, but the NBA hates him and the Heat. All right, there's a reason why he ain't won a Defensive Player of the Year, even though he definitely deserves one. There's a reason why he don't got these types of accomplishments he deserves. So the whole now the NBA loves the Heat, this and that. Y'all, people just love shifting the agenda when it works to their favor, and it's shameless.
Absolutely, man. You know how narratives are, and we've been saying for a long time that it doesn't. And people think we tripping, but there has to be some kind of inherent dislike for the Miami Heat. We go back to the Adam Silver thing. Like, how in the hell do we only get a second round? How do we even get put in that position? David Stern would have said no off the rip. He wouldn't even let that one down. But that's neither here nor there. Justin, we already heard from you, Jeremy. By the way, I wanted to tell you, Jeremy, that was the most calm yet precise delivery. Like, I see why y'all work. I really see why y'all work. Because it's like, he bring the, and then you be like, and then it works. I see it. All right, Justin, what you got? How you feel about all that hate that Bam is receiving?
Gentlemen, Joel said it best. It is shameless. I have quite literally come to the realization that no one hates the NBA more than the NBA's fans. Okay? No one hates basketball more than basketball fans. You're telling me that you see a man drop 83 points. Doesn't matter how he got there, but he dropped 83 points in a game, and your first instinct is not to celebrate it, but to immediately critique it and downplay it in order to keep your favorite player up on a pedestal and protect his legacy instead of just celebrating greatness and celebrating someone surpassing him. If you are one to do that over than to celebrate, history that we saw, you might be a lame. In fact, you are 100% a lame. And I am just perplexed at this. This man has gotten hacked all day. What do you want him to do? Not shoot the free throws? He has to shoot them. If you don't want him to get to the free throw line so much, stop fouling the man, because he's gonna make them. And he should have made more free throws. He probably would have had about 90 or more. But Kay, you said something earlier about them hating the Heat. It has been known that this little expansion team, that's not even 40 years old. I mean, one of the shortest but most successful lifespans of a franchise in the history of the association.
Preach that. Say that.
That is a huge part of the hate, but I really feel like the hate really began when Pat Riley left and established blue blood in the NBA in the Knicks. He was the coach of the Lakers, won championships there. Then he moved to the Knicks. These two big powerhouses in NBA history. And then he leaves and goes to the little Miami Heat and immediately makes them respectable, immediately turns them into a force to be reckoned with. And they win a championship in 2006, which these haters still criticize Wade during, even though he had one of the greatest single performances in finals history. And they continue to, whether it's they hated us when the Heatles were here. They hated us when we had Jimmy Butler and made it to the finals with what they call the power of friendship, even though it was just ethical, pure basketball. But they really do not like the city of Miami, regardless of sport, but especially in basketball, because we're the club that's not supposed to be doing this. We're the expansion team that, out of all those expansion teams that came out around the same time, the Hornets, the Magic, the Timberwolves, we're the most successful. It wasn't supposed to work in Miami, but it did, and it's still working. And we've developed a culture over the last 20 odd years, 25 years, that other clubs are jealous of and other clubs desperately want to destroy. And what the bad news for them is, it's only getting stronger. And especially because of this 80-point game. Like Asia said last night, how we was preaching up in here, God don't play about Bam.
God don't play about Bam. God don't play about Bam. You know what? You mentioned something very interesting, though, and you could look at it from two different sides. And I'm going to let you, because I saved you for last on purpose, Alex. But when you look at the whole Pat Riley of it all, it's like, one, now if he go and does that there, at any other place he was at before, you automatically have to be like, it was Pat Riley that actually... It was all Pat Riley. And you know how rich people are about that. They love credit. I mean, anyway, just look at politics. They love credit. And then on the other side, it's like, yo, how he just gonna go down there and win? Who he think he is, winning and gonna win all the time? Like, it's so many dynamics there. Like, how can rich people be such haters, dog? But I mean, I guess money don't change you or make who you are. We all know that. It don't, don't, a lot of people get money and become a very exaggerated version of the person that they are. So it just make you wonder. But I just had to mention that because you brought up a really interesting point there. It is the Pat Riley of it all. Alex, how you feeling about the hate, man? And I want you to tell us what your boy said, your Kobe fanboy.
Hey, man. Like I said, dog, I feel like we deserve this. The person who said "come on" to me, I literally sent them a meme with somebody in somebody's face, like what do you want to come on for? Like ain't nothing to say. Ain't
I'm
nothing
here.
To say. Yeah, dog. Like everybody trying to pick and parcel and well, this, that, and this, that, and that. I'm like, yo, like I said earlier, if it was one, like everybody's mentioned, records are meant to be broken. But two, like if somebody else was going to do it, they would have done it already. But they didn't. So it is what it is. Bam did it. But one of the things that he talked about, what my boy was talking about, was the fact that he was just like, man, like basically, one, we low-key made a mockery of the game, but people fouling at the end and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, like, because I, as a Heat fan, I did think once he got to 62 to end the third quarter, I was like, all right, that was cool to watch. Bam's going to sit the rest of the game. But as a fan of just basketball, with it being said, like the NBA is entertainment. Like they trying to make the most money as they can for entertainment purposes. Being able to know that, like, if he would have just sat down after the 62, and now all everybody would have been talking about today would have been, Dad, if he
sat him at 62.
If he played in the fourth quarter, how much could he have got? So Spo just threw caution to the wind and literally said after the game, he was like, yeah, when he got to 50, he was like, shoot, could he get to 60? And then we got to 60. I didn't think about taking him out. I just thought, Dad, can he get to 70? Like, the fact that Spo let it ride is one of the main reasons why I'm like, yeah, we really deserve this. Because Spo, not to say
no nonsense. He no nonsense. This ain't him.
No nonsense. Like, that game was literally so anti-Heat culture. Like that game was so anti-Heat.
But it is in essence, right? But when you parse it down to the microfibers, it's not anti-Heat culture because of who it was.
And that's the thing right there, man. Like Joel said, dog, like a guy like Bam, everybody and their mama had love for Bam until yesterday. Now everybody done switched up. They done switched up on Bam. Everybody and their mama.
Hey man, they said you ain't popping if you ain't got haters. You ain't made it until they turn on you.
Oh man, y'all need to just go ahead and trade Bam to our team.
Hey,
y'all need to
that first album be triple platinum and that second one go gold. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happened. That's how it happened. They hate on you. You still got bars, man. But they hate. Oh, he going back to the Charlotte Hornets last week. Now he boy. And see, this is what we mean when we say Bam ain't never going nowhere. To the point, Torchbearer, like when they say Captain Torchbearer, the standard of culture, all of that stuff is why it is Heat culture for Bam to have cashed in on that record. Listen, man, we're gonna get on up out of here soon, but we couldn't get on up out of here without asking the Panthers guys some really important stuff as it pertains to their sport and their situation. Listen, guys, I want y'all to do this for me. Jeremy, Justin, what is the equivalent of an 80? Who is the most goal scorer in an individual game in NHL history?
Man, most goals scored in an individual game.
Because isn't that the equivalent of this record?
I mean, yeah, basically that would be, yeah.
I mean, Man, you got to go way back to like the Quebec Bulldogs in like 1920. Joe Malone scored 7 goals in a game. But I mean, you talk about something to the equivalent of this. When you talk about just an improbable person the last person you would think would like get like didn't we see like a 10-point night out of someone recently, Jeremy, where he got like 5 goals or 5 assists like combined or something along the lines of there? Because a goal and an assist are both worth 1 point. So
Right.
It would be like if we had a modern day version of this in the NHL, it would be like it would be like
so what's the modern is the modern record? Has anybody come close to that Quebec record in the modern day? Yeah.
I mean, the last one I can kind of remember is I want to say Patrick Laine had 5 goals, but that was like pre-COVID. That was a good while ago. No one's really come close to that. I mean, I think we see often.
Gretzky had 5 goals in a game. I mean, no one has even gotten 6 in a game, but 5 is nuts because it's just you only have 3 periods of hockey.
Absolutely.
These players, they're not playing 40 minutes like Bam Plus was playing last night.
So they don't have I guess not with the physicality of the game.
Right. I mean, you're on the ice for like 2 minutes max. You're skating hard and then you're doing another shift change. So
right. So to see 5 is like pretty miraculous. So if somebody gets 6, that'll be nuts.
Oh man, dude, that would be like a Wilt 100-point game.
Is there anybody? We're gonna get to the Panthers in a second, but is there anybody in the league y'all think could do that?
6 goals in a game? Maybe.
I mean,
McKinnon or McDavid, maybe.
I feel like there's probably the one answer for that would be, I mean, right now, currently, would probably wind up being McDavid right now, just based off that. I mean, I mean, maybe in the future you could see if Bedard does kind of develop that shot that everyone says he always had, and he ever starts scoring like he was when he was junior, then maybe Bedard. But I mean, right now there's only one player I could really see doing it. Actually, probably 2, like you said, McKinnon too. I don't even know what McKinnon could do though, but the only one that I could really see doing it is McDavid. And the only thing I don't think he could end up doing it either is because I feel that there's also, just like we were saying before, is like how that was so like anti-Heat to do, and with like the culture that surrounds hockey and like, oh, you can't do this, you can't, and stuff like that. I feel like
somebody would put an end to that before it got that far.
Oh, I think y'all think it's bad in the NBA. There's so many unwritten rules in hockey. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Okay. Is there anybody on the Panthers that has that type of potential or ability? A guy that could come out of nowhere where you're like, you know what, that guy's good, but he just has next level he can get to. Is there anybody over there on that roster that exhibits that kind of potential?
I have the perfect player to kind of say, Justin. I don't know if you're thinking of who I'm thinking.
I feel like I'm thinking of exactly who you're thinking.
Give us first name and last name so the people out there can look up and support, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
guys, y'all talking a lot of last names. McDavid, I like it though. I get it. It's the jargon. Go ahead, though, bro.
Go ahead. I think I'm thinking of the same player, Carter Verhaeghe.
Yep, I'm going Carter Verhaeghe. And the reason why I want to go ahead and say Carter Verhaeghe is, Justin, if we think about when we had the President's Trophy winners, we had that President's Trophy team years ago. You obviously had all the star players on the team. You obviously had Barkov, you had Huberdeau, you had those guys leading the way, and you had such a great season in net from like Bob and everyone. And people don't think about the fact that Carter Verhaeghe was he had never experienced the losing seasons the Panthers did have. He only came over here in COVID, and he was brought over here from our rivals, and he was brought over here already as a Cup champion, but he was brought over here as a depth forward, and he wasn't supposed to make the team. And he had such a good shot that he fought his way and was able to make the roster. Now he's a first-line, second-line guy on a large contract with the Florida Panthers. He contributed so much. And not only that, but the only reason we even broke the Florida Panthers curse of losing every single round ever since that Stanley Cup final back in, 96 that was?
Yes.
Ever since then. And we finally got past that first round. It was because of Carter Verhaeghe himself, who scored the overtime winner in Game 4, tied the series when you're down 2-1. And then you had the Game 5 miracle when you're down 3-0. And Carter Verhaeghe goes ahead and has a 5-point night to go ahead and will you back into the chase. And then he scores a Game 6 overtime winner and the curse-breaking goal. And that's
he just scored 2 goals back to back during
Last
the
night.
Bam game to finish the comeback against the Red Wings.
Just that right there, Justin.
I mean,
Just that right
the
there.
way that
Go
Jeremy
ahead and
speak
say it.
about him and Justin, that fun fact, I guess that would be the guy. It's appropriate. I mean, you know, greatness sort of happens by mistake sometime. How old is this guy?
He is how old is Swaggy? That's his
Just
nickname,
curious.
Swaggy.
Right.
Carter Verhaeghe is currently 30 years old. He turns
Okay.
31
Okay.
on August 15th.
Okay, so so hockey prime is what?
This is
I'd
about
say
his
until-
prime, right?
I'd say about
Okay.
a couple more years left. I'd say
Okay,
probably
cool,
his prime.
cool. So he still got some juice in the juice on the fruit to squeeze. Okay, for
For
sure.
sure.
Pause. That might have been crazy too, but either way, we get past it. Don't look at me like that, Alex. Yeah, man. That's dope info, man. So listen, shout out y'all pod real quick, man. Shout out y'all situation. Let the people know where they can find y'all at, where they can listen to y'all at.
Shall I have the honors, Jeremy?
Go ahead, man.
Somebody?
Yeah, man. It's the Rat Trick Report with Jeremy and Justin. You can find it right on this same channel. I'm sure you've seen a lot of our thumbnails there with the palm trees in the background. We talk Panthers hockey. We talk the state of hockey in general in the NHL. We just recently did an episode on the Winter Olympics, which was awesome. You know, shout out Team USA. But yeah, we basically cover the state of hockey, the Florida Panthers. We cover the games that go on in between each episode. And you can catch us. We usually upload Mondays or Tuesdays around lunchtime. So check us out.
Absolutely, man. Well, shout out to social media handle, Justin. Then you shout yours out, Jeremy.
I got mine down there, but you can follow me on Twitter at Wedini, WED3NI. That's my main Twitter account. And you can follow me on Instagram too, JD_23. And yeah, that's my main socials right there. But Justin?
Yeah. At McCant for Life, MCCANT 4 LIFE on Instagram and Twitter, or as I call it, Bird App affectionately. Working on trying to get all of my social media under the same handle, so that way it's easier to find your boy. If you see a profile picture of Bam holding up 83 on Twitter, that's me. So yeah, you can find me on there and give me a follow. I'll follow you back and let's talk ball, man.
By the way, that last
Absolutely.
thing you said, the profile picture, I don't think that helped because, like, I changed my profile picture.
Everybody got that. Yeah, a lot of people got that right now.
Our podcast picture got that too, which is funny.
Who?
Our pod, the He vs. the World pod account got that too.
Oh my God.
You did change it. You did. Well, you two knuckleheads, Joe, Alex, y'all got anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
Alex, you want to start us off?
Hey man, let's do that hockey, dog.
Let's
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Shout outs to Rat Trick Report, He vs. the World, Biscayne Breakdown, man. We out here just yapping, no pun intended. And before we wrap up, though, I do want to say, Jason Tatum, if you are watching, bro, I'm glad to see you back. It's nice to see both of your legs functioning again. So I need you to get up and do us a favor and go hand Bam a Gatorade, all right? Yeah.
Okay.
Get
Thank you for lending your ear to this sound.
hydrated, Jason.
Okay, Alex, Jeremy, and Justin of the Red Trick Report. And this has been the Biscayne Breakdown. We out.
Now I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and